Now I just wanted to make a quick post about you want to take down the system which you're trading, and say for example you tested the system and well, let's say it was something like end of, well, somewhere in December 2015, right? So by that time your equity would have been showing something like this, right, with the drawdown. Let's say this one was a max drawdown that you had on your history test. So that would probably show, well, something like 40,000 here, right? So and somewhere here you decide to put the system into trade, right? And basically that restarts your statistics. Yeah. Whilst you're trading, you have to have some kind of, you know, stop statistics, right? So you must have like a max drawdown that you would never ever, you know, go over with trading, with the system going down more than that, more than it had on history, right? Or max consecutive losses, right? The only problem with this is that if you trade with Wealth Lab, it's okay, yeah, because you can always see where you're at the current moment, right? Like you can see that even if you had this as your max drawdown and you put your system into trade at this point somewhere here, right? You're not going to be waiting for another drawdown like this to occur in the correspondence to this point here, right? So you're not going to wait until it comes down to here, right? You're going to see that you're already somewhere at the max drawdown point, right? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about renewing your statistics and referencing your renewed statistics with the historical statistics that you have. What I mean is that when you put it into trade, I mean you could be trading it manually or maybe using another software. You would have zero statistics, right? So let's say you tested it on this period of data and you had a max drawdown of this, yeah, this is like 36,000, right? And basically when you start trading here, your max drawdown with your live trading is 0, right? And you are going to wait until it gives you 36,000, right? But actually the system drawdown, the real drawdown, yeah, is actually much more if you wait for 36,000 to happen, right? Because you were already at this point here when you start your trading. I mean, it's okay if you started somewhere here, right? Okay, so then, and I think that's important, right? So when you put your system into trade, you have to check where is it at the moment, right? Is it down, you know, somewhere here, or is it somewhere here? And in accordance to that, set your max drawdown. I would do that, right? So when you put it into trade, you just don't look at the max drawdown that I had in history. You just, you know, when you put it into trade, look at the drawdown. Let's say I wanted to put this system into trade. I'm actually right now, you know, I put it into trade when it was somewhere here. And it went down here and I was very disappointed, and now it's, you know, kind of coming back. But, you know, my max drawdown is this. And I'm not going to let it go down more than this. If it goes lower than this, I'm going to turn it off. So basically, if I was to put this system into trade at this point right now, I would be looking at this drawdown here, which is somewhere around 34,000, and this is 42,000, which is the max drawdown. So basically, the drawdown that I can really wait for, max is, wait, 34 minus 42, which is somewhere around what, 12,000, right? So I'm not gonna let it go down more than 12,000. This is rubles, by the way, not dollars. So anyway, I'm not gonna let it go down more than 12,000 because you know, if it goes down more than 12,000, it's gonna be awful, right? So be aware of this moment, right? And I actually this is an important thing. I made a mistake with this once, and well, the system just, you know, it showed good results, and then I turned it on when it was somewhere down here, and I waited for, you know, this to happen, and nothing really good happened after that. Okay, so, and well, it's probably the same with max const losses, right? Like, you look at the trades, and you know, you could be turning your system on somewhere at this point, right? So you put your system into trade, and you know, you gotta wait for max const losses to happen, which is, you know, how many of them are here? 12, right? So if it loses more than 12 in a row, I'm gonna turn it off. And when I turn the system into trade, it already has like 7. So I don't want to wait for 12, right? I want to wait for 5 or 6, you know, max to happen. And if that happens, because this has already been going on, right? So you have to kind of synchronize the two systems, the live one and the, you know, the backtest results. Otherwise, you might get in trouble. Well, at least I did once, and I just want to share this thought with everyone, so might help. Okay, so good luck.